Hi, welcome. In this video, I'm going to be doing a sample cloud. I'm going to be building a granular cloud using chucK in real time. So this is more of a kind of a demonstration of how you might go about working. It's going to be very fiddly and it might be a bit of a slog. So don't feel like you have to watch this video. It's not necessary in terms of, but if you're interested in the process of making a cloud, then go ahead. Okay, so basically, it's just a matter of sorting through some of these parameters. Generally, I like to stay with the same kind of, for a particular cloud, the same kind of envelope type and the same sample. Though there's certainly argument can be made for changing these as you go through the cloud if you want to just do some kind of transition. So I'm going to use this bowed glass sample, and then I think I'm going to just use I might use Gauss, Hamming. Maybe just this pulse one is nice. Pulse. So 5, it's already on pulse. Okay. And I'm just going to reset everything. I'm going to keep my position here, but I'm going to kind of reset grain duration. Maybe I'll address that one first. So if I want to address the grain duration, these usually go hand in hand. So let's do gap duration. Let's just keep it kind of, let's keep this at like, I don't know, like 50. I don't really have a good concept of what I want to do just yet. Okay, we'll comment all this out for now because we'll just use some kind of LFO later. All right, we'll keep the amplitude 1, the panning, it's fine to have this random panning, that's fine. And then playback speed, we'll just keep it at 1. Okay. Don't need all this extra lines. Clean up a little bit. Okay, everything else is fine. And we might make some more ramps and stuff as we go along. Okay, so let's go ahead and just listen to this. Right now we have this fixed sample. We're moving our position together by 2 milliseconds, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 5, maybe even 15. We have a grain duration between 15 and 30. These are kind of small grains. Yeah, or maybe like 50, that's fine. And then a gap duration of 50, that's fine too. Save this as a sample cloud. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, as an initial texture, I'm going to have something that's more overlappy, maybe like that. All right, so maybe slightly longer grain durations. Let's just get a precise duration first, kind of center around. Something like, let's see what 90 sounds like, okay? Let's see if it comes around. Okay, sure. Okay, so it has a nice attack at the beginning. Let's move it forward much slower. Let's see it 3 milliseconds. Let's see. And let's see what happens when we increase the gap. Let's do 150. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Maybe if I shorten this grain, I'm just kind of going with the flow, seeing what sounds good. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, and then let's play with the gap. So let's have a fixed grain duration at 50 for now, and then let's play with the gap duration. 150 was kind of interesting. Let's see if we go between short and long. Okay, what if we make it a gradient? What if we move from one direction to another? So at the low end, let's see what 15 sounds like. That's going to be a fair bit of overlap, hopefully. It still will sound, Well, that's pretty cool. Okay, so how about, let's see what 5 sounds like. I think the pitch is just going to go down. Okay, that's interesting. 20? What's 20 like? Kind of like 15 was good, but let's go a little bit lower, not quite to 5. Let's go to 10. So we'll stick with 15 on the low end. It's that kind of like comb filtery kind of sound. All right, and then on the upper end, let's see what like 150 sounds like. It should be quite pop. Okay, how about 180? Okay, so let's stick some kind of sine wave on this. I think that would be interesting. So this is LFO1 that already has a sine wave. That's good. Okay, and we're going to go from 15. So we want to go from 15 to 180. So really, unless we want some kind of randomization in there, do we? If we have 15 here, let's see what that sounds like. I guess a slight bit of randomization. So if we want something like from 15 at the low end here, we'll just have a tiny bit here. And then up here, something like 25, right? Okay, at the low end. And then at the high end, we'll have, we said like 180. So we'll have like 130, a little bit more leeway here, a little bit more randomness to 180. Okay, something like that. All right. And we'll uncomment that. So basically that's gonna, right, that's gonna get the min, it's gonna go from 15 to 25 and over time go to 130 to 180. So let's see what that sounds like. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think I might make my grain duration a little bit, just have some randomness, and slightly, could be slightly shorter and actually can be slightly longer. So maybe 85, something like that. Let's see what that sounds like. Actually be quite a bit shorter, I think. 15, maybe not. We'll keep 85. Let's see what that sounds like. I think it was on the long side. Let's go 50. Oh, maybe it's too short, actually. Oh. Better save this, otherwise it's going to explode. Oh. All right. Okay, and I think I'm also going to make the shorter end a little bit shorter. So let's go to like 8 here, and then like 17, something like that. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, and let's look at because that's that bottom gravelly end, that which I kind of like. It's moving ahead maybe a little slow. Let's see what 5 sounds like. Okay, let's see. I just want to hear how long it takes to refresh. Oh. Okay, so there's a long tail. I mean, I can go out and edit that in an audio editor. Another thing I can do is just look at where it comes up, right? So that's one thing that we can do, and I'll show you a little trick. Actually, there is some content in this. I kind of lied at the beginning there. So that's this new position. So let's print out new position, okay? So we'll do pop pop pop, NEWPOS, tuck tuck tuck, and then let's see when it starts getting pretty quiet. Okay, we'll go to like about 165, say 165. Okay, so then what we can do is we can modulo it. We can do new posts, and it's an integer. We can do modulo 164, 165, 165, 123, right? And then we're going to chuck that to new position. So then it just kind of kicks out that little bit of end. So. Okay, so yeah, it cuts out this. And so we can make this move a little bit faster if you want through it. Let's see if we move it up significantly, like 9, almost double. That's interesting. Okay, so we'll save that for sure. We don't need this anymore. Get rid of that. Print. Okay, so make a little note here. Trim tail. Okay. And what did I want to look at now? Oh, I wanted to see where the gravelly part of it, where the LFO1 was at the gravelly part of it. So let's print out LFO1. And let's just look at where the gravelly part. So it's closer to 0, huh? When it's closer to 0, it gets gravelly, right? Okay. So let's have the amplitude go up a little bit when it's close to 0. So we'll do we can either inverse it or let's see. So yeah, we'll just inverse it. So this will be let's go between like 0.3. Okay, so 0.3, 0, 0.3 gain to about 1, something like that. Yeah, we don't want to go over 1. So basically, we're going to have 0.7, right? And they're going to multiply that by the inverse of LFO1, right? So would it be 1 divided by? Or you can do 1 minus, that's fine. We can do 1.0 minus LFO1, right? So as it gets lower, it gets louder. As it gets more gravelly, it gets louder. Okay, and then we'll multiply that. I mean, we'll bracket all that, and then we'll add it to 0.3. Okay, so it's going to oscillate between 0.3 and 1, and as this gets lower, that gain's going to get higher. Okay, so let's see what that sounds like. Okay, that's not really having the effect I wanted to, because let's see, because there's some natural variation in the actual sample itself. So we'll stick with the natural variation. We'll just make it 1 here. See what that sounds like? Okay, and I think I want, that's quite nice, but I think I do want it to move through a little faster, so it has a little bit more cycle. Though we can do that. Yeah, we can oscillate that too as well if we want. That could be something that oscillates. So it can speed up over time, right? So let's start. So right now, if we do it at like, what was it, like 3 or something like that? Okay, and then we can oscillate that cycle. That kind of, we can just speed it up. So we'll start at like 2, say, and then we'll go up to, what did I say? It was like 15, I think I was at. But let's see what 20 sounds like. Let's even go faster than that. Let's see what 30 sounds like. Maybe even faster than that. Let's see what happens. So it's like almost a rhythmic thing. That's pretty cool. Okay, so 2 to 50. All right, so let's create some kind of triangle ramp. Okay, so we'll just create a new ramp here. We'll just grab all that, and we'll call this LFO try, and then we'll change this to trios. Yeah, okay. LFO, that's fine. Black hole, the freak, that's fine. That's fine. That's all fine. Okay. So we'll spork a LFO trios. Is that what I call it? LFO try. We have to create a variable to hold it. We'll call it I should have been a little bit more specific. LFO try 1. LFO try 1. And we'll spork one called LFO try 1. Oh, I guess it's LFO try. So I want that to happen over a really long period of time, because it's gonna speed up. I mean, to do the whole cycle when it's down at 2 takes several seconds. So we'll do it over like, I don't know, like 2 minutes, maybe. So 120 seconds. Let's see how like that sounds like. This is where the kind of like real drudgery comes in. You can just fast forward, I suppose. So 120 minutes over 2 minutes, 120 seconds over 2 minutes. So LFO try 1 now, I decided that this was going to go from 2 to 50, right? So we're going to go 2 plus 48 times LFO try 1, right? 2 times LFO try 1 plus 2. Did I? Shoot, let me back up here. Did I take out any parentheses? 2, right? Okay, yeah. Plus. No, that's right. Okay, times plus 2. And this whole thing times MS Samps, I guess, huh? What is this? MS times Samps. This whole thing times MS Samps, right? Okay. This whole thing times MS divided by Samps, right? And then that's that. That's contained within that. Okay, good. And then that's, what is this? Oh, it doesn't give me, I guess that one does that. Yeah. And that's going to be plus new position, right? All that, and then cast into int, right? Okay, so just getting our parentheses right. Here we go. LFO try 1, 2 plus 48. So it's going to go from 2 to 50 over 2 minutes, right? So it's gonna, that's right. So, okay, let's see how that sounds. So here's where you might want to fast forward. I'm going to let it run for the 2 minutes so I can hear it. Uh-oh, I think I put the wrong thing. I don't think I changed this one here. Yeah, see, here we go. It's still going to LFO 1, so LFO try 1. All right, my bad. LFO try 1. That doesn't seem to be right either. Or maybe it's already been 2 minutes. That's possible. Let's put a clock up. How can I see? Open date time preferences. Okay, let's start this again. I have a feeling it's not working the way I expected it to. We'll start at 1/4 2 and see if it changes over 2 minutes, okay? No, definitely not. Is it milliseconds? milliseconds that way? Is that why? Oh dear. Okay, so this is changing. So one way to do it is just to see what it's putting out, right? So if we're trying to blah 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 blah, where was I here? New position. All right, trying to change the position here. The new position. So I could have all my parentheses screwed up. So that's LFO try 1. LFO try 1. It's happening over one time. That times 48. And then plus 2 is going to be... Maybe I need decimals here? Could be. Could that be? And then 2 plus that, and then that's in those parentheses. And then that one times that. That whole thing's in this parentheses. That plus new, and that's what it casts as int. Okay, so let's see what new post is here. I feel like I'm just going to get the out, you know. It's just going to look like I expect it to look, which is going too fast. So yeah, it should be going much slower than that. Okay, so that's gone too fast. Now let's see if we can figure out what the deal is here. 48 times 0. Let's see, LFO try 1. Oh, let's just do LFO try 1. Oh, right, it's starting at 0.5 already, right? That's right, it's changing over a really long period of time. Oh, right. Is it not going from -1 to 1? Ah, right. So we had to adjust for that, did we? Yeah, I think we had to adjust for that. Ah, right, okay. Here, let's make it much quicker. Let's do it over 10 seconds, and then just look at it over 10 seconds. It's going to go to 1, and then back down to 0. Oh, no, it's 0 to 1. Oh, that's cool. 2, 1, 0. Something's confusing me about that. We changed the triangle, did we not? Yeah, we did. Trios, yeah. Okay. So one thing we can do is change its phase, or we can just change its starting phase. So yeah, this is really like the gritty of the gut. So this is going to be that. That's going, yeah, already adjusted, right? So this is doing that, except it's starting at 0.5. So we just need to do the phase, I think. Let's look that up. Okay. chucK. Let's see. Trios. Okay. So phase. Dot phase. So 0 is 0.5. We're going to start at 1? No. Really at negative 0.5. Let's see if we can start at a negative phase. Negative 0.5. We're going to chuck that to LFO dot phase. See if that works. No. Let's see what 0.5 is. I think that's just going to start us at 1. No, it still starts at 0.5. 0.5 0.25. Ah, okay. 0.75. How about that? Ah, there we go. Okay, so 0.75 is going to start me at 0. Okay, and then this should still take 120 seconds. Though it goes up and down in 120, so maybe we want it to go in 240. So it takes 2 minutes to go all the way from below to up. That's more like it. Okay, it's a pretty interesting shape to me. It's just by the time it gets to like 0.5, it's already repeating quite quickly. If I want to put a little more time into it, we can do something more sinusoidal or like some kind of exponential thing, but I'm not going to bother with it so much. I'm just going to shorten that to maybe like 180, something like that. Let's just keep it that. It's kind of an interesting shape. So let's try now messing with the playback speed. I think I'm going to, let's see what the lower playback speed sounds like. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh, that's cool. Okay, and let's see what something like 5 sounds like. Maybe even higher. Let's go 8. That's cool. Okay, so let's go 0.3 to 8, and let's use the same sine wave we're doing with the changing this gap duration here. So I guess we're grabbing all this. I guess we have to change all the variable names. But we don't need a min and a max. We just need just a straight up changing of rate. So we're going to do it a much more simple way, right? So let's have, and again, it's going from, that's going to be high. So we're going to do inverse as well, right? Because I want the little pebbly things to be at the high end and the little things to be at the low end. So we're going to do from 0.2, and it's going to add, I said to 8. So it's going to be 8.2. It's fine. We'll just do straight up 8. So it'll go actually from 0.2 to 8.2, which is fine. Times LF sine, LFO1. That's a sine wave. 8 times LFO1, but we actually want a minus. So can I just do divided? Will that work? 8 divided by 8 is, yeah, right? So that's just going to be the inverse, right? I hope that's right. And then I'm going to chuck that to G rate, float. because we're declaring it there, G rate. Okay, and then we get rid of that one right there. Save that in case something goes wrong. Oops. Aha. Smart to save it. G rate. Ah. Okay, because these are all, no, this is right. This is going to go from 0.2. Ah. So 8 divided by some really low number is going to be a really high number. So that's wrong. This is not inverse. We want to do 8 minus 8 times LFO1. Is that right? I knew that was wrong. Is that right? Save that again. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So my virtual machine is whacked. So hopefully it saved it for me. I don't think there was anything I lost too consequential. So mini article. Okay. And let's open recent sample cloud. All right. Let's see what if I lost anything at all. That's right, huh? Oh, 8 times. Okay. It's our virtual machine. Okay. Okay, no, I wanted the opposite way. So actually it was fine this way. I want the high ends to be the grainy guys. No, I guess I had it right. Ugh. It doesn't sound that great. I don't like that. It just kind of sounds like a seesaw-y kind of. Why don't we randomize it? No. Okay, let me think this out. I actually just want the grainy parts to be. We could put some kind of like max or min or something like that. The grainy parts to change rate, or we can change rate in a different way. Why don't we just do a fixed rate? So that's one way. We'll just keep that there because that's one way of changing rate. But why don't we do a fixed rate here? I kind of like the low rate. Let's see what that sounds like. And then I do like the high ones too, though. How can we get from... That's quite nice too in its own way. Well, I mean, we can try a random and see how it sounds. It might sound crap. Yeah, it sounds like old-timey computery kind of thing. That's what I figured it would sound like. All right, let's just we could do some kind of sample and hold thing. All right, so let's see what a pulse wave will give us. Okay, if we want to do some kind of sample and hold thing. Well, we'll just copy this for now. This is kind of an experiment. Not sure what this is going to do for us. But if we have a pulse wave that goes at a very low rate, it might work. Oops. For pulse. Okay, and then we go pulse. Pulse os. All right, and then we're going to call this pulse Okay. And I don't think we need this, but we'll just comment it out for now. And then we need an LFO pulse 1. Okay, let's save it so we don't. And then let's print it here somewhere. And I think I have to get rid of some other prints here just so we don't. So we can just see the one thing. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Oops. G rate. Because I forgot to give it a normal playback speed. Let's see what that sounds like, half speed. Oh, I forgot to spork it. Okay. So the other thing is too, we have to, what do we call it? LFO pulse. To make sure we spork it. Pulse. And we'll just have it change over like 3 seconds, something like that. Does it change every 3 seconds or every 1.5 seconds? 2, yeah, 1.5 seconds. 1, 2. Oh, right. It depends on how many grains too. Oh, that's a little tricky. How many prints out? So it's like every second. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, it's half a second. So if we double that, 6, it should happen in 3 seconds, right? Is that correct? So let's see. We'll just look at the top here. When I turn 0, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's about right. Okay. So yeah, so we can do that, and we can just say, we can just use some kind of if statement. You know, so this is getting a little bit more complicated, but I might as well do it because I wanna go. So this is happening at a rate of 8, right? So we'll put this at a rate of 8 as well. Or do we want to do 16? So we want to do it every 8 seconds. Oh no, 8 is going to go 4 and 4. Well, let's try 8. Let's just see what happens, okay? And let's see if these coincide. And then LFO pulse 1. It's going to be a float. We don't have to make it a float. We can just make it an int. So let's see if that. Okay. We'll have to cast this and then cast that into an int. Okay, and then we'll just use some kind of like if statement here so that we can have a different rate here. So we'll just say if, what did we call it? LFO pulse 1. LFO pulse 1 is going to be equal to 1. And then else. Okay. Oops. Uh-oh. Screw something up. Okay. Right. So if LFO pulse is 1, then we want it to be, it starts out as 1, so we want it to be low. So we're going to want, what did I say? 0.3. So we'll say, so let's make a G rate so we don't have to declare it down here because we're going to use it. So let's just make a float G rate. Okay. And we're going to get rid of all these then. Okay, and then we'll say, we'll chucK 0.3 to the G rate. I'm sure there's a much easier way to do this, but oh well. You're stuck with me. And then we'll do else. We'll do 8. I think 6 was a little prettier. Okay, hopefully this works. It's a little bit binary, but maybe it sounded better when it was just one rate, huh? After all that trouble. But at least we got to experience how that might look like. Yeah, I think yeah, I think we're just going to comment that out. We'll just decide on a single rate. Do we want something faster, or do we want something lower and slower? Oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe we wanted to change ever so slightly. Okay, so I guess we have to make some compositional choices here. Do we want like a slow, a really low, kind of grumbly thing, or something higher? I think I like the higher one. Do we want it like really high, or it's kind of pretty up there? So let's go from like maybe 7 is better. Okay, and then let's make it go from over the same pace as this really long one here, this 180 LFO try. So let's go, and that might not even be slow enough because you can probably hear discern. So let's go from 7 to 8 plus 0.0 plus 1.0 times LFO try. Is it LFO try 1? LFO try 1. Sorry, my brain is just not holding on to any little bit of information these days. The short-term memory's all gone. Right, and we're going to do that. Yeah, and then it's going to be our G rate. So let's see what that sounds like. I don't know. It loses some of its character when it's down that high. Yeah, that kind of graveliness, it kind of gets lost. There's something nice about that, though. It's nice and crispy at the top. Maybe we make 2 clouds in once. And let's do it at twice the rate. Let's see what happens. You can hear that pitch change. I don't know if I love that. Okay, so let's just try it. We'll go from 1 up. then we'll go, that's too fast. So 1.3 maybe. 2's too much. Let's see what this sounds like. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I like that. Okay, and I think what would be cool is to have several different clouds of these, and just going at slightly different speeds. So we'll save that. We'll save it as sample cloud 1. Let's stop the virtual machine. We'll save this as sample cloud 1 or sample cloud 1A. Okay. And then we'll have another one that's going at and then maybe going down. So that'll be a trip. Okay, so let's do at 2/3. Let's do a fifth. Okay, or like a fourth down. All right, hold on. There's a cool wiki list of. Let's do something like that. List of musical pitch arrows. Yeah, I think this is the one. Okay, so let's go to. Oh wow, there's a lot till we get the fourth. Third tone, second, half comma. What is this? Minor 6, too far. Major third. Pythagorean fourth, or the wolf fourth. 5 limit wolf fourth. Okay, let's go down 27/20. So divided by 20, right? 27/20. We'll go down a fourth. So this one be sample cloud B. B. O and B. And what did I say it was? Again, short-term memory gone. 27/20. Okay, so this is time. This is 27 divided by 20. And then let's go down from this. Let's go a fourth down, and this is going to go. Oh no, it'll go up. That's going up. This will go. No, sure. Let's go down. Let's minus this. See what happens to that. Cool. Okay, so we're actually learn this in our next next tutorial. We'll jump ahead a little bit and have just this machine add. Okay, so we'll just make a, and then we'll do this too. And we'll grab our thing. So this will be sample cloud 1A. And this will be sample cloud 1B. And play them at the same time. Uh-oh. Stickler for the semicolons. That's kind of interesting. And then something up high. All right, we have to clear the machine actually. Okay, so then something up high. Then we'll have another one. Let's save that saved. Save as sample cloud 1C. Let's have 4 tones. One thing we actually do have to go in here and fix here is it's just too loud. So it's gonna gain. I think we changed the gain up here. We just made the gain here. We'll just make this 0.25 like that. Okay. And save that and open up all the other ones. 1B. Change the gain to 0.25. Save that. And then A. Oh, sorry, I passed it up here. Oh. 0.25. Okay, save that. Okay, now back to sample cloud C. So let's have something like really crunchy right next to it. So it was 1. Let's get some kind of like under a minor second. So let's find the minor second. Small minor second right here. Have a 25 limit, 29 limit, 35th harmonic. Why not? 35, 32. So I'll change that to 35. I'll change it to 32. And we'll have it go up together with it. But maybe we'll make it like not quite going up as much. You know, so the gap between them shrinks a little bit. So maybe we have it like 1.1. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay. And then in our master patch here, we're going to do 1C as well. 1C as well. It's kind of interesting. It kind of blurs the graininess. So you don't get that crispy kind of graininess, which I kind of liked. But then you get that weird kind of chimey sound. So maybe we don't have it quite so maybe we don't have it quite so close. Maybe we try some of those ones up a little higher. So what does like a 7th sound like? Kind of like 6435. Let's try that. 6435. We'll have it grow at a faster rate, 1.6, something like that. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay. Let's see. We got to save that so we can play the right thing. Too much. Let's save this. Let's see if we can save any of this. Well, can't do nothing. Well, that's easy enough to build. Okay, but we did save 1C. Okay. Oh well. Have to quit. All right. Back to Minionical. Recent. C, that's fine. And we'll make a new untitled. We'll make a new master track, which is easy enough to do. I think it's just machine.add, isn't it? Recent subcloud, going to trick clouds. Machine.add and then parentheses. Yeah, that's it. All right. Even higher. So maybe an octave plus a seventh? Should we? Um, mm, oh yeah, we were going way up. So plus, so maybe like 3. So it's in the fourth plus 3, something like that. I'm sure I'm being way too crazy with the parentheses because this is all just math, right? This time. So I think that's the only one that really needs to be in the parentheses. So this one too. Plus 3 minus that. That's fine, whatever. It'll be fine. We have to save this. Okay. And let's do another one. We'll see machine. Add. And we'll stick in the SoundCloud A. Put some quotes behind it. And then copy 1A, 1B, 1C. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Let's get up 1B and let's send that down a couple octaves. Maybe 3 downwards. So minus 3. Again, I don't think that we need parentheses. Do we? We'll find out. Sounds even higher. I guess you do need parentheses. Huh. Okay. Well, something's wrong. Maybe I did need parentheses. Not sure I understand what I'm doing wrong. 2720 will be whatever it is. And then minus 1.3. And then this I put the octave at the end then. Oh, right, because, right, it's not minus 3, it's an octave. Let's find out what this is. I'm sorry. My head's not working today. This is why this is this kind of real-time thing. Right, Oh, right, okay, I got it. So then this would just be times something, that's right. So this, like that divided by that, and then this will just be times like 0.4, something like that. That's what we'll do. Something like that, I think. Should that work? Yeah. Oh, it's like too much though. Minus 1.3 sends it down quite a bit, right? So on the positive side, we really want to just go 0.1, right? If we because that's like a whole lot. Right. On the negative side, it makes a big difference what you multiply that. Right, because you're moving down just a little bit of a fraction. That's a lot already. So maybe 0.6, something like that. 0.08, something like that. One 1.35. So it's starting at 1.35 times 0.6. So 1.35 times 0.6. So it's starting at 8 and it's going down another 8. So it's going down to like 0.7. So if we go -1, that's fine. And we do 0.5, might be better. 1.3 times 0.5. That's good. So it's going like whatever, 0.5 something to 0.4 something. Okay, that should do. Okay, so then that's a sample cloud B. Let's see what the whole thing sounds like here. Okay, and then something mid-rangey. So we have, this is going to like almost 4 to almost 5. So something around like the 2 range. Okay, so this has been saved already, I think. We'll just make sure. And then we'll save as 1D. Okay, and then, so we're going to do something mid-rangey. So we'll do plus like 1, and then we'll do 1 point something, which will be something in the tritone area maybe? Ooh, let's do golden ratio. Oh, 5 to the half plus 1. Oh, that's still too complicated. I don't want to do that calculation. Let's do the approximation. 233, 144. 233, 144 plus 1. Let's just find out what that is actually. 233 divided by 144. That's 1.67, and that's going to be minus. So let's go up, but we'll go up much less, like 0.7. So it'll be like 1.6 plus 1, so it'll be 2.6 up to whatever that is, 3.3. That sounds pretty good. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's save it. Oh yeah, that's about right. Okay. And then one last thing, you're going to kill me because we have to go back through all the things. Let's have them go out of phase a little bit. Okay, so it's this one that's controlling most things, right? No, this is the gradual. This is the one that's controlling a lot of stuff. So we'll just put this slightly out of phase. Can dear seconds be a float or is it an integer? Float dear seconds, okay? So let's have these slightly go out of phase. Let's see what this sounds like at 7.5. Okay, that's 1D. Let's do 1C at 8.2. Okay, and then 1B at, let's make this a little bit more extreme, 6.83. And then 1A, we'll just leave it as it is. So we have a variety. And 1D. Okay, we already saved that. And then 1D. Oh, that's nice. So it was unintentional because I wanted to go out of phase differently. Is it the ramp that's doing it? No, it's the... No, that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's changing more than one parameter. That's right. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. I think I'm going to be happy with that cloud. There you go. That was kind of a real-time cloud making process. Hope that was somewhat useful to you, if not a bit of a slog. Thanks for watching. And I'll just let it play out. So you can turn it off anytime.